The first time I saw her, she was crying by the river, holding a torn piece of bread she had picked from the ground. She was 10. Thin like the dry branches we used for firewood, with eyes that held too much pain for a child. Her name was Amara. My name is Obi, and this is the most unforgettable story of my life. I grew up in a small, forgotten village tucked between tall brown hills and whispering palm trees in southeastern Nigeria. Life there was simple, but painfully hard. The kind of place where children carried more burdens than schoolbooks, and the days were counted by hunger, not calendars. Amara's family was the poorest in the village. They lived in a tiny hut made of mud, with no door, just an old raffia mat hanging like a tired curtain. Her father had died from a fever that could have been cured with a simple tablet, if only they had the money. Her mother, Mama Ifeoma, sold cassava by the roadside and sometimes didn't eat so the children could. Amara was different though. Even when her clothes were torn and her stomach growled like thunder, she had this light, this quiet fire in her. She would help the younger kids with their schoolwork even when she hadn't eaten. She would sit under the mango tree with an old math textbook someone threw away, reading it over and over, her lips moving softly like she was whispering secrets to the stars. People laughed at her, called her Dr. Hunger, said she was dreaming while barefoot. But she never stopped. She just smiled with that same quiet fire in her eyes. Then something changed. One morning, a black car rolled into our village, as strange as a spaceship. It was shiny and long, and dust danced around it like spirits. Out stepped a woman, tall, elegant, dressed like the magazines we saw at the barber shop. Her name was Madam Chinyere, and she was from Lagos, visiting her father's land. She came to donate medicine to the clinic and give out food. The whole village lined up like it was Christmas. But when her eyes met Amara's, something clicked. Later, I found out she asked about the little girl reading an old biology book under a tree while everyone else was collecting rice. The next day, Madam Chinyere asked Amara to come live with her in Lagos. Some villagers whispered bad things. Said maybe she wanted to use Amara for something dark. But Mama Ifeoma prayed about it, cried, and finally said yes. That was the last time we saw Amara for years. I won't lie. Most of us forgot. Life kept moving. Crops to plant, children to feed. But then one day, my younger brother came running into the compound holding a newspaper. His voice shook as he shouted, "Obi! Obi! Come and see! It's Amara!" There she was, on the front page. Nigerian girl sets medical record, youngest surgeon in West Africa. I couldn't believe it. I sat down on the floor. She had passed her WAC with all distinctions at 14. Got a scholarship to study abroad. Finished medicine with top honors. Did a surgery that saved the child's life when senior doctors had given up. Her name was in newspapers both here and overseas. They said she might win an international award for her contribution to a new surgery method. She came back to our village a year later. Not with pride, but with purpose. She built a clinic where the old cracked one used to stand. Bought medicine, hired nurses, and gave jobs to youth in the village. She set up a foundation that helps girls go to school. All from a girl who once studied under a mango tree with an empty stomach. When I spoke to her that day, I asked her, "How did you do it? How did you survive the pain?" She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "Obi, hunger gave me vision. Suffering gave me purpose. But it was hope that kept me alive." I can't lie to you, that moment broke me in the best way. I cried like a child. Now, whenever I see little girls in our village holding books and dreaming big, I remember that first day by the river. A girl with nothing but a torn piece of bread, who became a healer of nations.